Hey guys, what is up? It is Chaos here, and I'm a little bit depressed about this, but I'm also glad that I did find it because this is awesome, but at the same time I was happy that when I heard that it got nerfed, but it seems like this has gone more of a buff than anything, and this would be Alpha Bridge. I'm not gonna BS you guys, I'm gonna get straight into it, and I'm just gonna show you this right quick. I have 6,600 firearms with a DPS of 358,000. Now, this isn't normally what I could get, and for lots of people, this might just be an average thing, but it's not. And I'll show you why right now. They kind of nerfed slash buffed the Alpha Bridge set. Okay, in 1.5, I'm pretty sure it was, they changed the 2-piece to 100% regen health instead of like getting 7 medkits. That's not what we're here to talk about though. We're here to talk about the 4-piece. Now, of course, 3-piece, 5% extra weapon damage. That's pretty cool, but the 4-piece in 1.6 got changed. Now, here's how it got changed. Basically, both your primary and secondary weapon have to be the same, like normal, but you can't get all the perks from your second weapon. You only get the free talent. So, you only get the free talent, and none of the two that actually require, like, the actual, um, like, stamina, electronics, firearms. You just get the free one to go with your other one. Now, that's a pretty major buff, considering that that's why people mostly ran Alpha Bridge. Now I'm just going to show you here. You can look at my perks. It's not nothing really fancy. And I have responsive on it because on my Police M4, I have responsive as my free perk. Now, the thing is that for like the Police M4, the LVOC, it fires so fast that you can pump out a lot of bullets, and with this class you can just do lots of DPS. But before we really get into the beef of things here, please, I ask you guys to please just leave a like and subscribe. That way I can keep making content, stuff like this, for you guys. And just leave comments saying what you like and dislike about the videos, and also your feedback on just about everything else. So, let's just look at this. Now, basically, for the 4-piece now, it's about the same, but besides for that talent change, it's pretty much all the same. But since they did that, they also kind of gave it a buff, and this buff would be the um, talents actually cost nothing now. Like you can see, like the actual it looks like it costs something, but it doesn't. You don't need that much anymore. Um, like the skill power there, or the electronics. I mean, you can obviously see that I have 2,500, but the requirement is 3,800. And the reason why is because of the new 4-piece. All talent all talent requirements are ignored for all weapon talents. Now this is insane and very stupid on their part. They tried nerfing it, but instead they gave it a major buff that is just dumb. And I'm just gonna show you my high ends because you can obviously see that what I'm using for Alpha Bridge, or what pieces I'm using Alpha Bridge as. And for my armor, my chest piece, my body armor, I'm using Reckless. Now this does, and in this recent patch, you do take a lot more damage. So I actually don't have the Barrett chest piece. If you have that, I highly suggest using that instead of this. But if you don't, I suggest using this. It helps you melt people even faster than you already do, which is very fast. Also, I never run something like this. I'd rather run anything other than a holster. But it goes great with on the move, or yeah, I think that's the right perk. I'll get to the perks here in just a second. But nimble, heal 2% of max health for every 1 meter you run cover to cover during combat. Now this is just a thing that I want to point out. It's during combat. If you kill like all the enemies around you, but you're still on low health and you're afraid that more might come, this won't happen because you're not officially in combat. You have to be in combat for this to work, so it's kind of situational. Now, of course, you really, really want to roll reload speed. And that's actually something new in 1.6 that you can roll in your holster. And I highly suggest doing that. It just makes a world of difference. Also, for all your things pretty much, run firearms. Um, I can't kid you enough. Firearms is pretty much the main beef of this build. Um, Now also I'm going to move on to like my mods. Firearms, of course. Try to get health if you can. As like on the firearms mods, it would help you get a little bit more toughness and stamina, and just help you kind of be more tankier. Um, Now I do have a stamina mod equipped. I didn't know that I had that equipped. I'm going to get some firearms here in a second. Um, Now for pretty much all of your performance mods, get first aid self heal. Now I know that in one of the Dark Zone vendors, they are selling a um six a 6% self heal mod, which is, I believe, the max is 6.5. So I highly suggest going and picking up about 4 of those for all of your actual equipped spots for those. And that's just great. You now heal yourself very much more than you did before, and I highly suggest having those. Now, um, actually, like, looking at this, and I'm just gonna kind of tell you why this is so overpowered. It's because of how much just raw damage you can pump out. Um, the gun itself just does so much damage, and especially how fast it can fire, like the LVOC or the lightweight M4. It's just dumb. I also, for my mods on my gun though, let me just kind of show this off to you very quick. I have critical hit chance and headshot damage. If you're kind of weird on headshot damage and you can't get very well, or if your stability is really off, of course put on stability mods. Um, or if you just are bad at aiming and you can't really get headshots too much, don't worry about it. Just equip like some critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and you should be fine. Or just random like optic range. I'm not going to say that. Maybe reload speed. Optic range kind of sucks for something like this. Um, but on your magazine, this is actually probably one of the most important parts of this build, and this would be a large magazine. Now, here's the reason why. Like I said before, you're pumping out lots of bullets, and that's your main source of DPS. Now, you do have one is none. Um, in your talents, you have one is none. So, that's why it's really good to get headshots, and of course, that can kind of conserve your ammo. But you really, like, I can't stress this how much you need a good magazine. Um, Magazine size mod. And just so you can have that extra amount of bullets and extra amount of damage. Now, for pretty much all of these, just equip like reload speed, critical hit chance, critical hit damage is not as important, but you still do need some of it, as well as headshot damage if you can or if you're good at it. If not, I highly suggest substituting that headshot damage for critical hit damage. That would really help your build up. Now, for my suppressor, I do have a critical hit damage, headshot damage, and stability. I don't really need its ability, but that's about as good as I could get it. Um, and headshot damage on this build isn't too important, but um, critical hit damage, critical hit chance is, so mainly get for those. Now, this is pretty much the gear that I have, and like I said before, if you can, try to get the Barret chest piece. I'm actually working on that right now, and don't get stamina mods. Try to get firearms mods with health on them. Now, for my abilities, I have Booster Shot equipped right now, but I'm actually going to equip Overdose, possibly. One of those two. Now, if you're running with a team, the Defibrillator might be your choice. For me, though, that is not, I just don't see very much in it, and I'm equipping my Booster Shot because it just seems, yeah, my Booster Shot. It just seems so much more useful for me, and the fact that I can deal that much more damage just makes this even more of a better build. Now, if you are running with a team though, and you don't want to equip the Defibrillator, I highly suggest putting it on support station. But since I am a solo player, I do like to use different things other than that. Life support is probably what you should go for. Although if you're going rogue, ammo cache might be good, and even immunizer. Actually, just any of those. But if you do go for support station, I highly suggest to go for Reclaimer, considering the buff that it just got. Now, for me, it's kind of a choice between Airburst, Secret Mines, or the Pulse. And the Pulse, now, it's kind of weird to say now. In 1.4, I definitely say get Scrambler, but now I really don't know what you should go for. There's not too much of a difference when you get this, the tactical scanner. So I'd actually say go for Recon Pack. I never use this, like, ever, but it has increased range, which is really good, and its duration is better, or not. Okay, that's kind of weird. I thought it was duration was better. Oh, its cooldown is better. Oh, sorry about that. Its cooldown is better, which means that you can use it a lot more often, and you would probably be able to pulse more people. You might even be able to see nearby loot. It's just an overall good one. Otherwise, I suggest running possibly Tactical Scanner, but I'm going to be running actual Airburst. Now for your talents, it's kind of up to you. I would not use On the Move anymore. Um, and it almost got to a point where they nerfed critical save so much that I almost wouldn't recommend it, but I still do. It's just up there, and it can really mean the difference between life and death, but it's really your personal opinion. But do not use On the Move. On the Move got nerfed so bad in this patch, which really frustrates me. But just don't use it. It's crap now. But One is None, like we talked about before, One is None is one that you really do need if you're good with headshots. If not, you might as well use something else. It's kind of up to you. Like if you're using like teams, with a skill like triage or battle. Oh wait, battle buddy got didn't battle. Yeah, I think it did. Or just something like that. Combat medic. Just one of those if you're in like a team or something. If not, use something that you might find of use. But I highly suggest it. And then precision. Precision, it's a mini pulse that happens anytime that you get a headshot. It's just you need this. You have to have, but you have to have this. Even if you're good with headshots or not, you need this because it's just, oh my god, you just have to hit them once in the head and then you already have a pulse on them for 10 seconds. Now, Tactical Advance. That's what it was called, by the way. Because On the Move was that. Tactical Advance, it's just, there's no way to put it other than godly. It's always been a good perk, but it's kind of, like, weird to use, especially if you don't time it right or something like that. And when it got nerfed from 10 seconds to 5 seconds, that kind of decreased it and people stopped using it. But I kid you not, you just have to get from one end of something kind of not even long, just maybe like 10 meters, and you're doing 20% more damage. And that's just insane. Not only that, but if you're in combat, you are also using the nimble, and this is what goes so good with this. You heal 2% of your max health per meter. So you get 20% extra damage, and you also heal 20% of yourself. That's just insane for me, and for you guys, it will just help you melt people so fast, it's just stupid. Now, I'm just going to show you a little bit right here at the training yard. Now, I'm not going to use anything right now, but I'm just going to shoot them in the head. Now, you will see me fire a lot more bullets there. That's because the one is none perk is on. Now, that's why it's so powerful. And this is just me shooting them in the stomach. Now, this will still do lots of damage. That itself, I actually haven't tested that completely yet. I probably will though. But I haven't tested that completely. But that could possibly drop someone, especially with how low people's healths are right now. That could possibly drop someone. Now here's this booster shot. Okay, there's headshots. $73K per hit. Oh, this is just, oh my god. It makes me feel like a bad person because I used to not like, or I still don't. I feel like Alpha Bridge is just too overpowered. It should be just almost pretty much completely taken out of the game. But you guys have a right to know this. I shouldn't just keep it to myself. You guys need to know this. Plus, with it just coming out, I mean, it could really save you. And like I said at the beginning of the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget to tell me everything that you thought about the video. It helps me a lot. And just all of that good stuff. So, I'll also leave some gameplay at the end, so don't forget to watch that. And see you later. Peace.
System rebooted. Caution. Entering dark zone. Warning. Your division affiliation has been disavowed. You are now marked as rogue.
This guy is so stupid.
Warning. Readings indicate this area is contaminated.
I'm gonna fuck you up! Where'd you go? It's a clear shot! He got Alec! Let's get this over with! Bingo! It's supposed to be easy. I'm stuck. Oh my God! Target. I'm pinned down over here. They got him. Damn it!
Time for some payback.
Keep looking. We gonna finish you off. No weakness. Show no mercy. Killed him. Here it goes. Here we go.
How will I take care of these guys? But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I don't know if you noticed, but during when I was battling the barricade, I showed off the nimble perk on my health, and then when I was inside the construction site, I was showing off the tactical advance, just to let you guys know, and kind of, if you didn't see that, go back and kind of show you how much damage I could do against like that boss.
Hey, get your ass over
Sad
here.
that I couldn't do it against the brute, because that was the guy that I was trying to show it off against, but unfortunately I killed him before I could do it. But I did show it off on that boss and melted him pretty much. Also, sorry that I didn't get very many players. Since it's early in 1.6, I'm guessing this is why, not very many people are on, and there's just not very many people. There was 3 people there, one random guy, and then one of those guys was my friend, or actually 2 random guys, and then one of them was my friend. My friend was the one that was against like that little barricade. The guy that was down was just a random guy that I just thought I might as well kill. But that one guy that was behind the barricade was my friend, and he was rocking the sturdy chest piece, like this sturdy body armor. I think that's what it's called anyway. That increases your health by 15% when you're behind cover for more than like 4 seconds. And we were just showing that off of how fast you can melt someone with that kind of toughness. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It just takes a few seconds and it means the world to me. Also, leave a comment, like I said before, on what you think about the videos, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.